Hello Leo, it's Ashley, and this is your eclipse season bonus. We're going to do things a little bit different here. We're going to look at a couple of oracle cards, see what they have to offer as far as guidance for you during this eclipse season, and then we're going to do a Celtic cross, which I will get laid out ahead of time. And then we'll kind of do some clarifying to see what might be coming up for you specifically for this eclipse season. Now it kicks off on the 4th of November, which is when we have the new moon in Scorpio. And really it kind of lasts until January 2nd when we have a final new moon in the sign of Capricorn. But the eclipses themselves are taking place in Taurus and Sagittarius. So for you, Leo, I will list down below, if you are interested, the houses in your chart that will impact. I will also put down below how you can go find your rising sign, which is really the sign I'm reading for. You can certainly watch your sun sign. But I recommend you watch your rising sign because that is going to be the most literal experience for you for eclipse season. And for you, Leo, if you are a Leo rising, that's going to be very focused on your career and your overall view and belief system. Could even be some higher learning opportunities, some sort of exploration that you do when it comes to the next leg of your career even. And oddly enough, we do have Vision Quest here. So I will talk about those in just a moment. So let's go ahead and get into this. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this bonus down below. Now you may not actually see anything come into fruition the minute the eclipses happen. That's not really how it works. It kind of just starts a shift in your life path. That's what eclipses are all about. The lunar nodes changing signs and us kind of finishing up some karmic business and moving on to the next leg of the journey. So let's see what's going on for Leo for eclipse season. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, Justice, the 9 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. At the bottom of the deck we have the Empress. So some abundance, some new birthing experience. Now obviously you could be giving birth, or this is just more symbolic, right? It could be you birthing someone new. You could also be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus here. So we'll see how that Empress is coming into play for you as eclipse season kicks off. So let's look at your oracle cards here. We have the Vision Quest. So certainly some sort of exploration that you are kind of kicking off on, trying to explore and understand yourself even. Kind of looking for guidance, perhaps. You could even be getting into something more spiritual or embarking on a new religious exploration there. To me, that definitely feels like it's dealing with the Sagittarius aspect of the eclipse season, which is all about higher learning, religion, larger perspective. We also have the Sorcerer. So could be dealing with some darker energy here. Now, granted, eclipse season kicks off in a new moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio looks into the darker sides of ourselves, our emotions. Could also be dealing with someone who has a little bit of darkness, a little bit of toxicity. Could be looking at shadow side type energy as well, whether that is with someone else or within yourself. So I'm just going to quickly give you those messages, and then we'll get into the reading itself. And hopefully I don't lose my voice, because I've been doing a lot of readings today. So for Vision Quest, it's asking you to face your fear, embrace your own mortality, and meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, a Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities life is now offering us. We remain on a vision quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter in our lives. It recommends that you spend some time in nature. Even if you live in a city, you go for walks in a park. Get out into nature if you can. Get off the couch, get away from your desk, and go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves, so set your intention and ask for nature to bring you a guiding vision for your life. Let's see, 48. The Sorcerer. This is the source of dark power. The Sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and the self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. So it says you're being called to look at how your own beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Says all is not lost. You've only forgotten that all beings are interconnected. And the Sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. So it feels very Sagittarius with that description there. So let's see what's coming into play here. Now what's interesting, because I talked about how your reading, with being a Leo rising, would be in the realms of career, day-to-day work, could even be your resources. And we do have some Pentacles showing up here. I also talked about how it would be impacting your belief system, how you see the world, how others see you. But what's showing up here for me, and I will speak to career and belief systems, obviously. We have those oracle cards there kind of speaking to that belief system, shadow side, going on a vision quest, like what's next in your life. But this could very well be dealing with a relationship here as well. So I'm going to speak to both. So at the heart of the reading, let's just go ahead and get into it, and we'll clarify as we go. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So legacy, abundance, stability. You could actually be in a position right now where you have everything that you have actually ever asked for in the realm of earth, right? So physical, you might have a nice house, a nice car, you might have a family, you might have already started a family with someone. You may also have, plenty of money to do what you need to do what you want to do. But the challenge here is the Ten of Cups. So are you feeling emotionally fulfilled, however? Now, normally I would see the Ten of Pentacles as almost kind of a one-up on the Ten of Cups. Because the Ten of Cups, you can see there's a family here. and there's emotional fulfillment. It can also be fortune after going through, you know, some sort of difficulty. But the Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the whole shebang here, right? Now, with the Ten of Cups being in the challenge position, it could very well be that you have like everything you need, but you may be feeling that there's a piece missing here, that there's some sort of emotional piece missing. Now, with us having the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, you may be experiencing an ending to a union, and that could be what's going on for you during eclipse season, because we also have Justice, the 9 of Pentacles, the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So we'll see how this plays out. In the deep past, we have Justice. So could have had a divorce in the past, some sort of legal situation that took place in the deep past. Some kind of balancing of the scales. The truth sort of came out in a situation, and it may have been exacted, even in an actual legal way. But it could be because you were seeking more balance in your situation, whatever that may be for you. Now, in the recent past, you've had your guard up. You've been persevering. You've certainly been keeping going, right? But with the 9 of Wands, you've been injured. You can see he's got this wall of wands behind him, and he's kind of standing guard. So he's continuing to move forward here, but he's learned some lessons. He's been bitten a few times here, and now his guard is up. So it's kind of like the wounded warrior energy showing up there in the recent past. Now, what's on your mind is your own independence, your own abundance. Now, really, this is pre-Empress energy, being the 9 of Pentacles. And so it could very well be that you are working towards something that's more abundant here. Now, with the 10 of Pentacles being the heart of the matter, I do feel like with this 9 of Pentacles kind of being what's on your mind, it could be that you have had some ending happen in the past, or you're being faced with that ending at the time of the eclipse season, and you're stepping into the 9 of Pentacles. So if you ended a union here, or lost a job, or quit a job, you've kind of taken a bit of a step down in a way. It may not feel that way. You may actually feel like you're now free to be you, right? So it's not in a negative connotation. I just mean that in this situation, you can see that she's kind of on her own in a garden versus the 10, which is this entire family here, right? So take that as it resonates. And again, we will clarify here in just a minute. Now, in the future position, we have some kind of breakthrough, some kind of truth that shows up here. It may be a bit cutting, so we're going to see what that might be for you. And in the present moment, this is you. This is essentially your energy in this spread. And you may be faced with a choice here. You could be trying to spin a lot of plates at this time. Like, you may feel that you have a lot going on in your life. But there is certainly some kind of communication coming in here in your environment. And I think that there's some sort of reflection period coming in for you with this Hermit energy. We have some strong Virgo showing up, as well as Libra. So let's get some clarification on this for you. And I will speak to career and relationship depending on the clarifiers we get. So why do we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the heart of the matter here? It could just be your overall legacy that you're really thinking about at this time. Like what you create now that will be left behind for your children and your children's children. Sort of the mark you make on the world. What's going on with this Ten of Pentacles? We have the Hermit. So you're kind of already thinking about this. It's, you're putting in a lot of time into contemplating and gaining wisdom about what it is, the legacy that you do want to leave behind here. Now, if you did experience an ending, the Six of Pentacles just popped out. So certainly some focus on money, abundance, you know, paying the bills, getting everything checked off the to-do list, you know, deciding what you want to put your energy towards as well. That set of scales is showing up more than once here. So it could be that in the past, leading up to this eclipse season, things haven't been balanced, and so that's become a focus for you. You know, wanting to put in the time and effort into things, but not give it so much of your energy that it causes an imbalance in your life. Now, if you are dealing with a relationship that has ended, perhaps through divorce, or just some sort of long-term commitment that has come to an end, I do believe that the reason that happened is because things were not balanced within that dynamic, and it may have very well put you into a very deep dark night of the soul kind of energy with this Hermit. The Hermit shows up here in the outcome, and we have that Sorcerer. So you could be definitely going on a vision quest at this time to really gain some understanding of your own shadow side, thinking about the shadow side of the person that you were dealing with. Now, the Ten of Cups is showing up as your challenge. So it could feel that some ending has happened for you and you felt emotionally fulfilled, and now it's coming to a close. And so that's presenting as a challenge. It could also be the other scenario I talked about where you have all this abundance. You have the house, the car, the kids, the wife, the husband, you know, whatever. But there's some sort of emotional piece that's missing. So let's see, why do we have the Ten of Cups? We have the Nine of Wands. Oh my. And the Fool. So it does seem like here, Leo, that you may be resisting something that's presenting as your challenge. There's a new beginning available here. There's a new beginning available here that's asking you to take a leap of faith. Unfortunately, why it's showing up as a challenge is that you're in this wounded warrior energy here, right? And you don't want to take a leap of faith because you've been hurt. You've been hurt before, right? So take that as it resonates, but something here that could be emotionally very fulfilling, but there's this, I don't know if it will be or not, there's this risk associated with doing this. And so I do feel like you're kind of resisting whatever this new beginning may be. So in the deep past, we have Justice. Why do we have Justice in the deep past? There's the Empress. And the World. So could have very well had a separation from a divine partner here, a divine counterpart. Could have been a Libra. That's definitely showing up strongly here. We also have strong Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Something came to an end here, and it could have very well been a divorce from a partner here. Now, if this is career related, there may have been some sort of career ending that took place in the past. And it ended because there was some lack of balance. It wasn't growing, perhaps. It wasn't going anywhere. There was like stagnancy. It could have also been more of a karmic lesson for you. And that lesson came to a close, and therefore you no longer work there. So take that as it resonates, Leo. In the recent past, we have this Nine of Wands, wounded warrior energy. Why do we have that? We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm going to get one more there. And the Hanged Man. So could be dealing with a Pisces here. I do feel like it's quite interesting because your guard is up here, but I do feel like you have the opportunity here in the recent past, or you had the opportunity in the recent past to work on something that you wanted to work on, that you actually wanted. Nine of Cups, dream come true kind of situation. Now, I think that there was like this potential here for you to approach your dream job. Again, the challenge, right? The ability to go after something emotionally fulfilling, but it required a leap of faith. And I think you were guarded against doing that. I think you are recognizing that within yourself. And that could be showing up as this Vision Quest, Sorcerer, Hermit energy. It's like you're recognizing that maybe you were putting out the stops on yourself there. But I do feel like someone, you or someone else, wanted to put in the time and effort here. Could have been a Pisces, a water sign. We have earth and fire as well. But it was like you were closed off, perhaps, to this. Now, on your mind in the present moment, now granted, I am speaking during eclipse season. We have the Nine of Pentacles, that independent, perhaps single energy. Could also be that you're working for yourself, just trying to work on your money, especially if you've had an ending in a job or a relationship here. We have the Star card. You know, kind of maybe even thinking about healing, you know, working on your own destiny here, your next step in life. Yeah, and Six of Swords. Kind of having moved on from something. Like I said, a relationship or a job here in the past. Now, in the incoming, the future position here, we have the Ace of Swords. So some sort of clarity, truth, a breakthrough moment. What is this? Ace of Swords. You have the Wheel of Fortune. A shift of some kind coming in here. Ooh. We have the Devil. I'll get a couple more for that future position. Oh, these wanted to pop out. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. I think there's some fears that, I think there's some clarity that comes through about the fears. This guarded energy, I feel, are coming forward for you. It's like there's been all this worry about a choice, and you again have this Two of Pentacles here, a choice that needs to be made. And I think you're beginning to recognize that perhaps your own inner shadow side was playing a part here. In being able to move forward. You know, this Two of Wands can talk about, you know, having a decision, but we have to do something. This card in particular, when it comes to a choice, you know, the choice presented by the Two of Pentacles, for example, it could just be trying to weigh up your options. With the Two of Wands, it's like you gotta make a move, you know? Or you could just be stuck. You could be stuck like this forever. And so you could be finding that you have kept yourself stuck in some way. With that Wheel of Fortune showing up there, to me that feels like a turn in the Wheel of Karma, which is very related to Eclipse energy. It's kind of this fated shift that takes place. And I do feel like you get some clarification for yourself on how you may have been holding yourself back, right? Which really brings in that Sorcerer kind of message there. With the Two of Pentacles, this is your energy. Why do we have the Two of Pentacles for Leo's energy? Eight of Wands. So movement. And the King of Pentacles. So I could certainly have a work-related decision to make, whether or not you are moving on from a position here. This King of Pentacles is, to me, could very well be one, either a spouse or a workplace, a boss kind of energy. Something that's long-term and stable. So you may have a choice coming in about your job, whether you want to move to start a new position here, or whether you are wanting to move into a commitment. Why do we have the King of Pentacles here? Yeah, manifestation. So somebody's coming in here with some communication, and I think it's going to present you with a choice. And I do feel like in this instance here, this could be very career focused at the time of eclipse season. In the environment, we have the Page of Swords. So somebody is watching you. You could also be doing some kind of investigating with that Page of Swords, trying to learn more about something. Now, the Page of Swords can also be someone spying on you, or vice versa. Perhaps you're spying on someone else. What's this about? We have Temperance, so some Sagittarius energy. And the Queen of Swords. So I feel like more integration of the clarity that you've received here is what's going on there. Could be talking about it, healing. There could be some healing conversations that are going on at this time, based on what you have learned as a result of this Ace of Swords. Could also be getting some communication from an air sign here, or a Sagittarius. What's this communication about? If it's not just healing, could be waiting also on some communication, because Temperance can be all about patience. Oh, Two of Swords. So it's almost like you gain clarity on this indecision here. With the Two of Swords showing up there, it's like somebody wants you to make a choice. And you've been sitting here in this Two of Wands. Now you've got choices coming in here for eclipse season. And I feel like part of why there's still a choice taking place is because there's some fears coming up that you're trying to understand more about. And I do feel like part of what you're faced with here is making a permanent move, whether it's in your career or relationship status. And so that could be part of why you're kind of trying to weigh up your options, because it's going to be something that lasts, you know, for a long time. And so you want to make sure you're making the right choice. Now in your hopes and fears here, we have the Knight of Wands. Why is that in the hopes and fears? We have the Eight of Cups. Oop, oop. And the Ace of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like this solid new beginning here with this Ace of Pentacles, which could be what's being offered here by this Page of Pentacles. There's a solid beginning here. But with the Knight of Wands coming in with that Eight of Cups, it's like, is it actually going to be solid? You know, that Knight of Wands can bring in this like hot and cold, in and out energy. It can feel unstable. And so it's almost like there's a lack of trust or a fear here that the solid offer that's being given to you is not really that solid. Is it like, are you gonna accept that solid offer and then it's just gonna be gone the next day, you know? So there could be some abandonment fears showing up for you, and that could be part of what's going on with that Sorcerer energy and why you go into this Hermit mode here. It could be a very brand new beginning of a relationship with this 10, these two 10s showing up here. If you've had an ending with a spouse, you've had a divorce, and you've moved into single energy here, this could be a new incoming offer of a long-term beginning. Could be from a Taurus, fire sign here. Again, Sagittarius and air showing up. But it could be that there's a fear of abandonment coming up there. With the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, why is that the outcome? Yep, Four of Swords, deep contemplation, healing, kind of retreating energy. We have the Three of Cups popping out there. And the Queen of Pentacles. So, could certainly be some deep thinking about whether or not to reunite with a Capricorn, a Queen of Pentacles. We have the King and Queen here. And so if this is relationship related, and for some I do feel that it is, you are dealing with potentially an ex-spouse. To me, Queen and King of Pentacles is a married, permanent couple, which may have ended in divorce in the deep past, but there's a potential here for a reunion with this person. Also, if you are not going into this deep thinking about a reunion with a person, and this is more about your career situation, I do feel like you are wanting to make the choice, accept the long-term abundant offer here that's being presented. You're going to think about it, but I do think you are going to accept this offer, whatever that may be for you. It could come from an old boss. It could also be a new long-term career potential here that's coming in with an offer for you. This thing that you've been trying to decide about, that thing that you've been worried might not actually be as permanent as it's being presented. That's just a fear that's showing up here for you, but I do feel like you do decide to go with it and come together and work. And I do feel like you're going to celebrate it, but not until you've thought about it quite a bit here, right? So clearly some strong kind of soul work here, some shadow work maybe going on here, kind of exploring your own dark side a little bit there, Leo. But I do feel like it's going in a positive direction. I hope you found that helpful. I hope that helps to guide you throughout this eclipse season. Remember to check the description box down below if you want to know the specific dates, houses in your chart that may be impacted. I'll list all that down below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.